Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first Boys from the Baltic Star. Going live. I am Luke. With you
good evening,
is
everyone.
our.
Welcome to the first Boys from the Baltic Star. Going live. I am Luke.
And with technical issues. And with me is Ewan as well, who is a fellow player. So we are true allies. And going against us is our nemesis, the referee Ben, who for today has promised to be very friendly and nice and helpful and on our side, thankfully. If you're watching, you already know this is our Twitch, but we also have a Twitter if you are interested at all and you like what you see. Our Twitter is @BoysBaltic. So feel free to come and follow there, where we just post stuff really and like other roleplay things and generally bring the joy of Twitter. Anyway, that's enough from me. Over to Ben, who will lead us through this 2-hour session. There will be a break halfway through, like good old theatre days. We can get an ice cream, go to the loo, get a drink, and then the curtains will reopen. We might put on some bad music as well at half the time. I think that'd be quite fun.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to give you the whole backstory of this campaign because it's been going for a year and that would take longer than we have. So, on their way to the world of Geeka, the travellers stopped at the tiny world of Ossin to refuel and gather some advanced supplies. They found a new crew member, did some shopping, cleared out a mine shaft of alien oxivores, and interfered in a financial transaction involving a large amount of money. They later learned that the money was payment from the Riftsman's Guild on Ossin to a group of mercenaries called Blacksun. The guild seems to believe Blacksun has its money, but the mercenaries, for their part, think the travellers have stolen it for some reason.
Why would they think that?
Impossible to guess. Blacksun launched an unsuccessful attack on the travellers in some of the dark passageways of the city of Fredericksburg on the planet's surface. The travellers asked for help from a friendly employee of the guild called Sever, and he called in some favours. He revealed it was likely Blacksun had taken over a disused refinery in orbit around the planet, and agreed to join the travellers in their attempt to explore the facility. And that, pretty much, is where we pick up the story. So, when we last left off, you guys had literally just climbed into a launch and were heading up to this orbiting refinery. In orbit, when you're looking at it, you can make out like the vast scale and complexity of this operation, which stretches around a significant portion of the planet. There's this vast spiderweb of girders and cables used to attach broken hulks of old ships to form an ever-shifting ring around much of the planet. Periodically, there's a glowing light, green to indicate a refinery is in operation, red to indicate it's currently shut down. And your ally, Sever, steers you towards a couple of red lights that indicate a currently not operating refinery building. As you see the refinery itself in a little more detail, it's an ugly, boxy-looking structure. 3 flat platforms stretch out towards you, each supporting a conveyor tube capable of taking pieces of metal up to 1 meter across and moving it into the refinery itself. And there are 2 airlock doors as well between the conveyors. You moor your launch just by the entrance to the conveyors, some distance away from the refinery itself. And just a reminder, this is ZeroG. So, talk me through what you want to do.
Cool. So we've got so I've got Soraya with me, who has got a vac suit, which helps when you're in the vacuum of space. I guess that's a good start.
Very positive step.
It's good. At least you remember to put it on before I got out. At least I'm saying that's the case. I'm not gonna roll the dice for it. I think she's skilled enough to put a vac suit on. And who have you got, Ewan? Who's with you today?
I will be taking Agnar, as he is the only one equipped for such a mission.
What do you mean? He's furry.
Okay.
He's furry.
And you have an ally with you, of course, Sever.
Yeah. So we've got. So what's the setup as we come in then? So if we got some choices, you said that we can enter the base through.
Yeah. So broadly speaking, the way it'll work for the purposes of this is what you've got is three platforms that kind of stick out like tongues from the front of the facility, and those on this map that hopefully you can now see look like these sort of slightly rough-edged, medium grey vertical things at the top. Yeah. Between them, you have the black vacuum of space. And on each of the platforms in the middle, that slightly striped, paler grey thing is the conveyor tube. The entrance is further off to the top, near where you're coming in from. And they disappear through the front of the building that you can't see at the moment.
So the question is, do we want to do doors or conveyor belt tunnels? Has Agnar got a preference?
Actually, I don't believe he does. I mean, Stefan would obviously rather go the sneaky route, but I think Agnar's happy with some form of military entry from either point, I guess. Has Sever been here before? Can Agnar ask him, have you been here before? Or do you just know of the base? Do you know it exists?
I know how these places are laid out. Behind these, there's a sort of open area where workers take the metal from the inside, other side of the airlock seal, and load it into furnaces. And then beyond that, there are furnace rooms and rooms where they make the ingots up of the individually separated metals. They're all much the same, even though, they were all manufactured by random cheap bidders. So they're all a bit different as well.
With only 3, it feels like it'd be dangerous to go in through the 2 doors separately, if that makes sense. So I wonder, is it just all worth piling in through one of the doors then, as like a fire team of 3, pummel our way through?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's either that or one of the conveyors or one down each of the conveyor. I mean, it's
one down each.
There's 3 conveyor belts and 3 of us, but...
See, now you're making
You have to admire the smartest
idea.
That's quite exciting though, until one of us goes straight into a furnace. Yeah. But let's do that for a bit of bounce, a bit of fun. Can't believe I just said bounce. But for a bit of that, I'm happy to do that, if you want to.
Okay.
Cool. But
so on that basis, Agnar, if you're going down one of the conveyors, you say?
Yeah, sure.
Which one?
Have we landed on the middle, one of the middle platform, or?
It doesn't exactly make much difference, because as you head off, at the end of this, off the map, it all becomes this crazy network of girders and cables that attach the various floating bits of metal. So not only are there cables and girders stretching across all 3 of the platforms, but also it's a vacuum. You can literally shove off from one and land on the other.
Okay, cool. Well then, Agnar will go on the left platform as we approach, so right on the screen.
Right, the top right one. Yeah.
Left or right? Oh.
Okay. Yep. I get you.
Stage right.
You truly are seeing things in the 3D world.
The screen right. Yes.
Okay. I've already just started.
Soraya,
my brain's hurting.
Which one do you fancy?
Soraya will go down the middle. Why not? There's countless opportunities down the middle.
This feels like a massive lottery, though. We have no idea what's behind any of them.
Behind one of them is
certain doom. Who knows?
Behind one of them is a team of like 6 angry teamsters.
Right. And so you are directing Sever to go down the one on the left. Is that right?
If he's happy to be directed, he's a beefy boy.
I truthfully, I don't see why not. So
he's kind of a good ally of ours at this point, isn't it? Well, he thinks he is. We've done him some favours.
Yeah, it didn't start well,
we
but
also might have misappropriated some of his colleagues' cash, but
and hospitalised his boyfriend. Oh, but we're allies, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
So there you guys go. Agnar on the right, Soraya down the middle, Sever down the left.
Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. so essentially, you're inside tubes. They're currently not moving anything. They're not turned on, but the tubes are sort of roughly box section, and they are somewhat over a meter and a half across, and there's a fair amount of room, therefore, for a person to creep down inside. As you make your way down, for the purposes of this, we're not actually going to slow down your movement, even though you're kind of crawling, because again, ZeroG, you can just push your way down there pretty smoothly. So I can tell you that nothing in particular happens as you head your way down until you literally reach the entryway into the building. So at the point where the tube disappears into the building, where all of the tubes disappear into the building, there is a sort of a door, essentially, which acts as the beginning of an airlock. It is marked as such as a pressure door, and the way it functions is not entirely obvious to you as you approach, because you're kind of inside the machine rather than outside it. However, it does appear to just be the outer piece of a conventional airlock. And when you get to about here, all three of you presumably coordinating your movements reasonably well, those outer doors slide open and expose a continuing shaft heading for a relatively short distance, 5, 6, 7 meters, something like that. A bit less than that, actually. 5 meters, let's say. 4, 5 meters inside the building. And at the other end, another door.
Are they still all separate tubes? There's no cross tubes or anything. It's just a continuing straight bit down 5 meters.
Continuing straight forward, and that's it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of junction or anything. There's just a door in front of you that you can see now, the other side of the first door.
Past the door, is it standing room, crawling room, crouching room?
Exactly the same kind of tube.
As we are. Okay, cool.
While crawling, does Soraya have the... Is there enough space and ability to pull out her... Oh, isn't ZeroG at the moment. Gauss rifle. Does she have enough to... Could she have a Gauss rifle in hand as she crawls down?
She can, but bear in mind, a Gauss rifle does provide recoil.
I've got no other choice in my weaponry apart from slug weapons, so...
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be as she puts both spins away.
Agnar will also pull out his... wait, I forget. He's got a gyro stabilizer on his shotgun. Does that prevent the recoil, or is that something else? I assume not. I'll tell you what, he'll go with the laser carbine.
Oh.
Laser carbine probably sounds wise, yes.
Gonna need to do some neck snapping.
Sort of looks down the line and watches Kara pull out her weapon. He'll decide that that's a good idea to, get yourself ready armed, and he'll nod down the line and head in.
Down we go.
Okay. So you make your way into the facility, and as you continue down the tube, as you reach the end of the tubes, the doors automatically slide open after the door behind you has closed, and the system has pressurized. So during the time it takes you to get those last few meters, the outer door slams behind you, the tube pressurizes, and automatically the inner door then opens. Part of a completely automated system for handling the conveyance of the metals from the outside into a pressurized oxygen environment. So you're still cowering in the ends of the tube, and so far nothing has happened. You can't see anything that's suspicious. All you can see in front of you down the end is that directly opposite each tube and some way away appears to be the door to a furnace, but that's the other side of an open space.
You say cowering, I'd say bravely preparing.
Okay, well, you know the characters better than I do.
I'm still sitting on the fence. So.
Yeah, Agnar could go the cowering route.
Yeah. I would point out one of them is Agnar, and bravely is not an adjective you normally use for him. But yes, so you can essentially reverse your course, or you can go out into the room.
I think it makes sense to at least poke my head around and see what's in the space. Came all this way, didn't come this way for nothing.
It doesn't sound like us to go down one direction and then do a complete U-turn and go down another, does it?
No, exactly. I plan to be
Doesn't
headstrong.
sound like you guys at all.
I'm going to be headstrong.
Okay.
Headstrong tonight. That's the plan. All right, let's do it.
Can Agnar sort of tentatively peek out without jumping all the way out? Or is it a binary system? Are we in or
No,
out?
you can definitely come to the end of the tube and peek out and see if you can see anything.
Wonderful.
So let me just show you a little bit of what you might be able to see. If we do that. And hopefully you can now see the the inside of the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so each of those squares is like 1.5 meters?
That's right.
Yeah, cool. Nice. And so from our initial peeking it out, we can't see nothing.
You can see nothing and nobody.
No.
And is this one big open area?
Yes, essentially it's one big open area. All you can see to your left and right, because you're peeking out of the space, all you can see to your left and right are the sort of extensions to the main airlocks that people would normally be expected to use, and the furnace doors and 3 other doors in the bulkhead in front of you.
Okay. So Agnar will sort of look down the line again and I guess just think to himself, it's a good job we chose the smart way to enter. Who knows what would have happened if we'd have gone through.
Who knows?
Okay.
Cool. Let's Soraya will plop out onto the floor, I guess.
Okay. Directly in front.
Oh, now you've asked
Choices.
a DM's question there. She's gonna roll around to the. I'm not using stage left and right. I get confused. I'm gonna look at the screen. She's gonna roll around to screen right.
Okay. So she's sort of going to about there. Is that right?
Sure, why not? That looks good. Can she sort of be glancing behind her as she comes out to look in that little gap by the airlock to make sure nothing's being missed?
Yes, she can indeed.
Thank you.
Can you roll? I think here you can probably have recon as your skill.
Can I? No. Is there any other skill I can have?
Well, under the circumstances, I think you could probably.
Don't say survival.
I mean, it's unfamiliar territory, but I could probably give you streetwise.
Oh, good. He's a good man. Philosophy. No, that's Kara.
Either of them with intellect.
At this moment, Kara is speaking over the headphones from down on the planet, philosophizing about importance of careful entry. Intelligence, you say, so +1 for that and a +1 for streetwise. Yep. So I'm rolling +2. That's what I like to hear. I'm using real dice. Sorry, people, it's not coming up on screen. You'll have to trust me. 6 + 2 is 8.
8. Okay.
Oh yeah, I need to get those warm. They're definitely not warm enough yet.
Okay.
Good point.
Yes, you detect behind you, just past the corner of the entryway, there is a person standing there, seemingly waiting for someone to pop out of the airlock to the left.
We chose wisely. Well done, Ewan.
Sheer dumb luck. wins this.
That's a year worth of sheer dumb luck. Soraya will use some sort of military finger signals over at Agnar. All that, 2 points, right. 1 finger to that guy's over there.
Well, I'm afraid we're at that point where.
Oh no!
I have to say, Does anyone want to roll for tactics? Does anyone have a tactics skill?
I've got a 0.
Oh, should we do it, Luke? Should we run the risk?
Agnar's got tactics. He was a general. If he's not got tactics by now, he's never going to have them.
Agnar will attempt his military tactics.
Okay.
If he may.
Yep.
After he's warmed up his dice.
we've only got 2 hours.
Which is not bad. It's a 7 plus 3 is 10.
7 plus 3 is not bad at all. Okay, that means everybody, when we roll initiative, which is what we're doing right now, gets +2 to their initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll roll for Sever. That wasn't great.
+2 on that, what you saying?
Yeah.
8 for Soraya then, please.
Was that plus an extra 2?
You get to roll either your dex or intellect.
Oh, an intellect. I'm on
higher.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then add +2 to that bonus as well.
Oh, wonderful. Agnar rolled an 8, but he's got 2 dex and 2.
Oh.
So 12.
Oh.
I missed, like an absolute beginner, I missed Soraya's intellect, so she's actually got 9. Sorry if that messes all your maths up.
No, that's absolutely fine. I'm very easygoing about such things. So Soraya gets a 9 total. Is that right?
Yes, please.
Okay, and what's her dexterity?
Her dexterity is an 8, so she's got a 0.
Okay.
A 0 modifier. Her intellect was the +1 on that.
Fair enough. Okay. So, on that basis, Sever will actually go ahead of Soraya.
What?
They actually roll the same.
Oh. He's
But
my hero.
let's see what the. I think it's fair to say you got the drop on this guy. So,
Good, he was looking the other way. Fantastic.
yeah.
I'll be worried.
What is your choice, Agnar?
Right. So Agnar will he'll obviously get the military hand signals from Soraya.
They're
and
good.
do some form of military hand signals back, conveying his military tactics skills, which helps them go first. And then can he jump down with his carbine drawn to screen right and just check that little alcove before he does anything else?
Yes, he can. He can do exactly that. You want Agnar to sort of head roughly there and check that corner.
Yeah.
The corner is empty.
Wonderful. In which case, he will start heading left and poke his head round and check that corner.
Okay.
I assume he still has some movement left.
Yes, you've still got movement, and that's still using just your base movement. You can get to about there using just your basic movement. So, yes, that area is clear, and so is the bit beside Soraya that you can see that isn't obscured by the airlock. And Soraya,
you always have my back.
would have cleared that side as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So now it's all clear. That side to the right hand side of Soraya.
Yeah, everything to the right of Soraya looks to be completely unencumbered by people.
Perfect. I assume that's going to be more than a minor action to get over to where Soraya is.
Yeah, if you effectively burn all of your movement, you'd be able to get a little past the inside of the airlock doors.
Okay. Yeah, he'll go with that.
Okay.
And then can he? I mean, I suppose he'll just turn south facing and just keep an eye on those doors.
Okay.
in case anyone, comes bursting through when they hear gunfire. Does he still have an action left, or is that including his major action?
That includes major action as well, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Then that is fine.
Okay. Now, Sever, he's not the biggest thinker in the world, is Sever. Right,
He's
okay.
proven that in the past. He's a beefy boy, though. He doesn't need to be a thinker when he's got a big old knife on him.
Sever is going to head as far as he can this way, and having been told by Soraya where the where the bad guys are. After all, you guys are all in communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is going to take a shot. So. Okay, that's a hit, and it's a hit +2. That's not bad.
I love it when NPCs do our work for us. We just cruise our way through like glory boys. It's aha.
It's how we've got this far, to be fair. We wouldn't have survived the year if NPCs didn't do our work for us.
I was a bit worried when Sammy Crest wasn't joining us, who was going to actually do the killing. But
he inflicts a 14-point hit, and the person he is shooting at doesn't actually wear armor, just a vac suit. But the vac suit does provide a little bit of protection. In this case, not in the best of condition, but okay, yeah. This poor person has taken a significant hit, shall we say? He doesn't appear to be. He doesn't appear to be, unconscious or crippled, but he's certainly taken a big wallop.
Oh, that's good. That's what I like to hear. Oh dear.
Until we find out it was a hostage.
Yeah. Then we had a good look at him. Are his hands tied behind his back? Is he?
Is he cowering?
Is he cowering?
No, I think Sever would prefer it that way.
No, that's his style.
Yeah.
A grenade pin between his teeth. If I fire a Gauss rifle, right, after I fire it, I'm losing a turn to at least to spinning out of control somewhere. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
But my shot itself is okay. It's just the aftermath after
you've still got to make an athletics check just in order for the shot to be okay as well.
An athletics? Oh, for goodness sake. I've got an athletics dexterity 0. Okay, well, I've got no other choice. I've got a woman up and do it, and so let's take a shot with my Gauss rifle +1. The scope, I'm too close for the scope to make any sense, correct?
Yep.
I need to get a rubber out because I'm using some ammo here. I need to keep track of that. Let's do it.
You can get +1 for the sheer range, though. You are extremely close for a weapon of that type.
How about my sheer brilliance? Do I get a +1?
No, the target is currently rather obscured, however. You may need to move a little bit to the left in order to open fire.
In which case, let's take my minor action to move to the other corner so I can still have a tiny little bit of cover and make that person move to get a full shot at me if need be. And then because you know what, I'm a sensitive soul. I'm always careful about my cover. And
absolutely.
Absolutely. You cover first, And then I will roll with my Gauss rifle +1.
Yeah, before you make that roll your athletics check.
Oh, God.
Because that will determine whether or not it's worth doing the attack.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Hopefully it's worth it. It is a 9. Is that good enough?
9. That is good enough.
Thank goodness for that.
So with a 9, you can now roll your attack. So you can have +1, and I think the Gauss rifle's got a +1 anyway, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Yeah, I've got slug +1, Gauss rifle +1, so +2.
And +1 for the range.
Oh,
so that's a total of +3 on top of whatever you actually roll.
Man, if I miss now, I'm useless, aren't I?
Don't forget your massive dexterity bonus.
I have no bonuses. She's good at enduring, and that's pretty much it. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I've rolled a 6 +3, 9.
+3 is 9. Okay.
I'm rolling very averagely tonight.
Is that 4D?
It is 4D.
4D plus 1, please.
Let me get my semi-warmed up dice, my backup dice. Damage dice. Right, come on. They're good numbers. 3, 5, 4, and 4, which is 16.
16. Okay. The shot. You're clever enough to brace your arm against the end of the tube, and so you don't spin away pulling, and instead pour a shot right into the center of this target, and it is too much for him. He hangs limp and defeated.
He put up a good fight in his defense.
He didn't get a turn.
He didn't actually get to shoot anything or move or anything, but that's a good fight, yeah.
Shooting, you don't have to shoot someone to have a good turn. You're such an aggressive character.
He completely failed to detect that there was anyone there and then didn't move or shoot.
Cool. Right, there we go. Happy days.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's the game underway. That's part of it. But you can see potentially 6 doors, 3 actual people doors and 2 enormous doors into furnaces directly in front of you.
Oh, the furnaces. Oh, God. So the 3 big doors are furnace doors, yeah?
Yes.
And the 3 little doors are other doors?
And they are just normal personnel doors, yes.
I don't know. There's no real reason to go into a furnace, surely.
While we're obviously discussing this in great depth as players, can Agnar just say to Sever, do you want to check that other corner over there and just make sure it's all clear?
Okay. Yes. Sever will take a little stroll or push along the floor around to the corner, and he will indeed see that there is nothing else there.
Perfect. So what do we think? All as one unit, or?
I think let's go all as one. Like, why not? Let's clear the place like some sort of professional unit.
Some finely tuned.
Some finely tuned
Persian machine.
So, yeah, that's what we are, isn't it? That's what we are.
We can try.
I think we should. Yeah, let's do it. What do you want? Left, right, on middle. I'm open to all suggestions here. We got a choice, Agnar? Where should we go?
I would say left.
Well, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And what's your order for going through?
Oh. Soraya will go first. She's feeling brave today. She's got, yeah.
Who lost the bet? Who lost the last bet?
It wasn't me, but I'm feeling brave. It's important. I'll go first. I'll tell you for why. Because she's got breaching charges. So if for some reason we can't get through, I can blow our way through.
That's fair point.
Entrance.
It's brave.
So Agnar, are you going second, or are you letting Sever go second?
No, Agnar will go second.
Okay.
He feels confident enough after that.
Certainly a good start. Yes.
Yeah.
And Sever will bring up the rear. He's beginning to look more confident, actually, as you glance across at him. He didn't exactly know how good you guys were going to be, but he's starting to think maybe these guys can handle themselves a bit. Okay. So you have a door directly in front of you, Soraya. It has a normal electronic lock opening. You just press the panel and the door will open.
Well, that's a better option, I think. We did just get a message from Psychotic. I think he said hello, Ben, by the way. Who did say never go full Rambo. So instead of just blowing the whole thing to hell, I might try and press the little button first to see if we can get through without everything disintegrating into a big mess.
I think full Rambo has its place, but you've got to use it sparingly. If you go full Rambo the whole time, something's gonna go wrong eventually.
Okay. Right. So you press the button and the door opens, and there are going to be parts of this room I'm about to show you that you can't actually see. But to be fair, there's nothing, secret exactly. So we're just going to show you the layout of this room so you can get a feel for how it makes sense, because you'll get much of this anyway. And when you open the door, there's something you notice even more quickly than that, which is that there is somebody immediately on the other side of it.
Oh, I should have blown the door. Oh, I should have gone full Rambo. We could have had him done immediately.
Let that be a lesson for next time.
Stop reading the bottom half of the internet.
Well, I guess I'm rolling my. I'll move inside if I. Oh no, because I have to go into thingy if I get out of the way.
We're going back into combat, I'm afraid.
Oh
guys.
yeah, let's roll them.
You want to try tactics again?
No, I don't think he'll push his luck. It seems a bit off at this point because this is all happening quite quickly, isn't it? So...
Okay, then initiative, please.
Yeah. That's 8 plus 2 for Agnar, so it's 10.
Good.
Ooh. Did you say no to tactics?
Yeah.
No to tactics.
No tactics.
10 plus 1 for Soraya's 11. I finally rolled well, and it's on a
Nice.
nailsy
Okay.
thingy.
All right. And right, and we got good one of those. So you'll be delighted to know that you all get to go last.
What? What? Oh god.
Yes, I'm afraid he was much quicker than the other guy. I mean, much quicker. There's a big difference between rolling a 2 and rolling a 12, isn't there?
It's true.
So, okay. Right, he's going to take a look at the situation as he finds it, and he's not in melee. You have to move to get into melee. Okay. He can actually move to there if he uses all of his move.
To where?
And that is indeed where he's going.
He's vanished. He's vanished off my screen.
Has he? That's my fault then. I haven't successfully scrolled the screen through, but I will make that change.
He hasn't got I thought he'd gone stealth armor or something. I was a bit okay. I feel a bit better now. I thought oh god. I'm fighting the Predator or something. We have Rambo. We got Predator.
It's in the ventilation system.
That is, yeah. The Alien now. Oh god. We couldn't get any worse.
Okay. So with that is what he's doing with literally his entire move. So
that's good.
The next person up is Soraya.
Would trying to catch a look at him, would that count as a minor action, or can I kind of see that as he's scarpering?
Just watching him run away is not even a minor action.
Does he seem to be armed, or are we killing some terror? Are we doing some terrifying work?
He's definitely armed.
Oh, in which case, I'll take a minor action to get inside the door.
That changes everything.
That changes everything. He can be running in any direction if he's armed. Don't want to be on some dirty mission to kill innocent peoples. I'll cut inside to the right as I see it.
Okay. Yep. So in essence, you move in and to the right, just to the right, or a bit further.
Enough that everyone else can pile in behind me. To be honest, you know me, I like to stay by doorways.
So somewhere like that, in order to give them a bit of flexibility. Yeah.
That looks good to me. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. Can you roll a recon or streetwise for me?
Oh no, it's peoples. I've lost the dice in my excitement. 4 dice don't count, which is a shame. 10 plus what was it? Streetwise 11 plus intellect 12. Oh yes. Oh, I'm losing
12.
dice now.
Okay. Right. One of the things you notice quite quickly as you run in, straddling each of the furnaces, there are steps effectively that allow you to cross over easily, like rungs and handrails.
Yes.
Allow you to cross over easily from one side of a furnace to the other for maintenance purposes and the like. And on top of the middle furnace, right in the middle of that structure, there is another armed person.
Oh, sneaky.
Is
it's a trap.
It's a trap. Oh, we're putting out all the references tonight. You might have been saving them up all month.
Is facing away from you.
Well, now see that's my sort of combatant.
Start to react. However, obviously or presumably, the person who ran has shouted some kind of warning. So you have two choices of target.
Oh. See, I'm not getting any negatives on either of them, right? If I'm shooting at either, so there's no, because they're both hittable, right?
Yes, they're both very hittable. They're both within short range, so you're going to get a +1 for that. They are both, as far as you're concerned, neither of them are moving fast enough to give you a negative penalty or anything like that.
Then I will aim the straddling guy, just because we like the concept of the straddler.
Okay. The concept of the straddling guy, yes.
It makes for a dramatic fall as well, should you kill him.
I think so.
Okay. So, straddling guy, yeah. Please roll an athletics check.
Oh, the stupid athletics check, man. A 9, thank goodness. 9.
9 is okay.
They've warmed up nicely. I'm glad they've been in my pocket.
So you now get to take your shot.
Let's pew him. What do I get? +3. We get +3.
Dex bonus.
Yes.
For your enormous and powerful dex, and you can have your regular bonus +1 and everything.
I got my slug bonus for shooting slugs. I've got my Gauss rifle +2, and I've got my range. You said so +3.
Range, yep.
Here we go. 7 +3 is 10.
Is 10.
Yeah. Yes, the maths are building, man. The maths are banging tonight.
Yes, I tell you, just doing that to make my heart flutter, aren't you? Okay. Yes, that's a hit. Please roll 4d +2.
Oh, do not talk to me. 4d +2. Oh, for goodness sake. 14.
14.
Yeah, and I lost track of the warm ones as well. I think that was no. I think that was they feel good.
I mean, if it's 2d +2, that's a pretty good roll.
That's a reasonably solid hit, and he's a little better armored than the last one, it appears, but still a reasonably solid hit.
Cool. Just checking a lag thing. Psychotic just messaged something about 5 seconds ago, so it's just a lag thing. Cool. A good hit. Okay. I'm making it. Soraya hits again. She's hitting 100% so far today. That's good. I'll get rid of some ammo. Nice. Moving on.
That is the end of Soraya's turn. And next up is Sever, who rolled an 11 for his initiative. He's actually not doing too badly with rolls today. Right.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy, Sever. He's a good boy. Must make a pencil as well.
Just thinking. Okay. Sever is going to move and shoot, I think. And he's going to tuck himself just inside the door there and shoot at the guy running away at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's 9, 10, 11 is +3. Okay. That's what you call a one-shot kill.
Oh, he's a boy.
Yes, this guy is not as well armored as the guy on the top, and he is done without ever firing a shot. Okay, which moves us on to, because that's the end of Sever's turn, it moves us on to Agnar.
One. Agnar will roll inside the door, dead center, I guess, and move as far down as he can with his basic move.
With just the basic movement, okay, yep. That gets Agnar essentially to there.
Wonderful. That's his minor action, right?
Yes, that's minor action only.
Cool.
Come on,
so
Agnar.
then he will shoot at the guy straddling, because I'm assuming that's all he can see.
That is the only bad guy. I mean, he can shoot anything he likes, of course, but it's the only bad guy you can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
He'll go with the bad guy. Well,
Okay.
A good choice.
Right.
It probably takes a second to ponder and think about it, but
Yeah. Okay. Roll for an attack, please. Dex, your beam weapons, and you can have a +1 for range.
oh, wonderful. Well, that is a 10 plus 2 dex and 2 for his energy, and then 1.
So that's 15.
Yeah.
That's 15 he rolled. Okay.
I rolled a 10, but yeah.
I think that makes 3D. I think that makes 3D plus 7.
Is that his laser carbine? Is that 4D?
No, I think it's laser carbine. Is it 3D? Or is it 3D plus 3, actually, the laser carbine? It might be.
Cool. Ooh, my 3D is 14. Plus, did you say 7?
Yeah, 17. So yeah, plus 7 if it's that. Yeah, so that's 21. That is enough. Yeah, he is done and dusted. Okay.
Good work.
Yeah, we so far, you guys are doing quite well clearing this place out.
Oh. Madcap Monster just said, does it mean the shorter the beard means the leader? I'm very upset about that, quite frankly. I think it's the reverse of the mirror universe. The longer the beard, the better you are, and the more evil you are, the shorter the beard. So yeah, anti-Star Trek.
Sounds reasonable
That's
to me.
that's why Agnar's like borderline holy man, quite frankly.
Right. Now, I'm afraid I do have some bad news for you.
But I don't like bad
You're
news.
not actually out of combat.
What? Sever. I knew all along. The turncoat.
So we're staying with turn order. Until people have moved or run or whatever, we're staying with turn order.
Cool.
So that's Soraya then.
Okay. Yep. It is Soraya to go.
So that means this whole... Oh, God. Okay, she will floop herself over to the left hand... Screen left. The screen left ramp. If she sees a guy at any point, she'll stop immediately, if that makes sense.
Yeah. She can only get sort of halfway to the sort of railings up, the ramp up, with her move only.
Okay, yeah, that will be. Oh, I'll do that then, please. For now, that's my. Is that my full or my? That's my minor action, correct?
That's your minor action.
I'll do that. I'm happy with that.
Okay. Now you can take more move, of course. But then, I mean, to be fair, you don't really have anything to shoot at anyway.
No, where I am now, I'll tell you what, I will do a classic Soraya move. I will try and get up that little ramp, and I'll tuck myself in on that left-hand bottom corner where she's a little bit safe. Do you know what I mean? A little bit safe, nothing...
So you go up the ramp?
Yep.
Over and down the other side, you mean?
Yeah, but stop before I hit the bottom, because you know I'm a careful character.
So on the sort of stripy bit on the left.
Yeah, on the 45.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's classic Soraya.
It's classic Soraya.
It is classic.
It's all about the cover. That's why she's still alive.
Although I assume the tops of these things are flat, right? Is it all open or they're not?
Yeah, the tops are flat. The sort of graduated bits on the side are kind of ramps and grab rails and what have you, just to help you flick over. It's like a health and safety version of a staircase.
Cool.
So that's my turn, I guess, is it?
Oh, yes, that's the end of your turn. I mean, you do actually have a little bit more movement if you want to take it, but if you're happy with where you are...
Can I do like some kind of head poke, but low, so it's not at eye level where someone might be expecting, just to see if I can see anything there? You know, unless they were looking for space voles or something.
Yes, you can.
That's a good DS9 reference. I'm feeling the references tonight, I tell you.
Yeah, This is, you know, not even really anymore a good environment for someone who's used to urban environments. So it's going to have to be a recon check.
Are you saying I'm not even good at recon? What? I'm not even good at urban environments. All she's good at is flying through space looking for planets. Urban. Oh, she's got a... So you said, what one did you say? It's a recon.
Recon.
But she's got a jack of all trades too, so she's only rolling at -1.
Yep, -1.
That's good. Ah, the jack of all trades. It's a 6 though. That's a 7 -1 is a 6. That doesn't sound good.
Okay. Right. She can't see anything at all.
No, at all. She's gone blind. Oh no. a terrible moment. A terrible moment for sudden blindness. Oh no.
Sever gets to go next.
Oh, I'm getting through this bottle of wine too quick.
He's going to try and leg it over to the other side of the room, basically, using the ramp where you killed the guy. And he's going to use his entire movement, having nothing else to do with it. But he only gets as far as here. Before he essentially lets out a warning yell and backs off a little bit because he has seen someone on the right-hand side of the room.
Oh, hang on. Oh, you're right through. Look at that. At least Sever's in the way.
But he's already used all of the movement he's got. He hasn't actually used all of his movement, but he hasn't got anything else he can do in terms of shooting or anything. So all he can do is yell a warning. There's some bastard out there. That is as good as it gets. You know, there's some bastard out there.
Somebody out there. There we go. It's all on you then, Agnar. Our entire survival is on you. No pressure or nothing.
Not letting them get a shot off. I'm not sure it's going to work because I think that's probably going to be more than his minor action just to get over there.
Yeah, it would be.
He's a big boy as well. You can't be shooting past him. He takes up the whole corridor, doesn't he?
No, if Agnar was to run on top of that middle section, can he get past Sever first off? I guess.
You mean, assuming he wants to use all of his potential movement?
Yeah, sure.
Then yes, easily. It's again ZeroG environment. You can just flip right over the top of him. You wouldn't quite reach him. You'd be still a few yards short of him if you just used your movement. But if you're willing to keep going beyond that and use more movement and give up any major action, sure.
Very brave move, that.
What if actually, seeing as we're in ZeroG, what if I just ran over to the? I don't need to use the ramp, right? I can just run over to the side and jump up. I don't suppose it cuts much distance off.
You absolutely can, but it wouldn't make much difference. I mean, you're not going to get a shot on him this turn.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, that little jutty out bit on my side of the downward segment.
Yep.
Can I run over to there and then jump up and sort of end in the middle-ish if I've still got movement left?
Yes. If what you can do,
we're so
you can
screwed.
effectively to be right in the middle of that, as if you're sort of facing it.
Yeah, so sort of just just sort of south of Sever, where that T junction or that cross section is.
Okay, the above the cross section or below the cross section?
Can I get sort of like right in the middle of? Above it's fine, actually. Above it's fine.
Okay, and you want to be on the actual machinery rather than tucked in behind it?
Yes, I'll jump up at the top.
Okay, gotcha.
Cause a bit of a distraction for Sever's next turn.
Okay, then you can effectively get to about there, no trouble at all.
Oh, hello. Oh, you've gone off piste. You've gone down the black route there. What is that? What is that?
Well, there were no ladders involved. So
Yeah, you could climb it. Okay.
Yes, no ladder.
Just using your wolfy skills.
Can you roll a recon check for me, please?
I certainly can. That's an 8 + 1 is 9.
Okay, 9. Right. You see another person. There is another person on the far side of that right-hand furnace track, and this person has quite distinctively much more impressive armored vac suit.
Oh no. I'm in the other way.
Has he got enough just to relay that to the other two?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Speak in his comms and just say there's a.
Yep, you can absolutely report that in.
Cool.
And that's his turn.
Cool. Kara's considering just living down that little slice to the left from now on then.
Build a fortress.
Build a fortress. Take the stairs, that's it. I'm just good. Oh.
So it is indeed Soraya's turn.
Can she do a little swirly whirl to give a bit more of a thing, just to double check there's nothing down there, you know, so that I don't have to roll up. If my negative action is to do some kind of RuPaul drag queen-esque strut a meter inside, then a meter back again.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, you can very clearly see there is no one to the left of the left furnace.
Okay, and I feel quite fabulous for doing it as well, quite frankly.
Roll for flair.
Yeah.
Then I guess I will use the rest of my action to move as far as I can back into the middle of the room, but I want to go south of the stairs so that there's no direct line of fire in case Sever's no longer there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you want to essentially take all of your actions to move into the room.
Yeah. I'm going to
towards the middle of the room, but a bit south. Yeah.
Sachet? I can't say it. Yes. Just so it's not too far to the south, but just enough that someone can't ping a laser at me if Sever's not there anymore.
Okay, I've got you. So in essence, you can indeed move to around about there.
Okay, I can deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is a Sever, because he actually rolled okay.
Unlike Agnar.
Okay, he's just going to aim and shoot at the guy he can see clearly, because the other guy behind him's a bit in cover. So he's just going to take his +1 to aim, and he's going to take a shot. It's a good job he had his +1.
It's good enough for me.
That's it. I mean, it nicks him,
Oh.
but it doesn't do what you'd call a huge amount of damage.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Right. Then that moves on to the other guy, the guy he didn't just shoot at.
What, the beefy, the super beefy boy?
Yeah, that one.
The Demigorgon, as I've been told it now is the fully armoured space marine. Oh no!
The first thing I thought of when you said Gorgon was Gorgonzola, the semi-armored space cheese.
Well, he is yellow. To be fair, I can live with the space cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
God, I wish I was closer to him now. I'm quite hungry. A snack in a second. I need some space cheese.
He's going to use all of his movement.
Sounds like a euphemism, though.
It does a bit.
Yeah, he's going to use all of his movement, and he makes it to there.
Oh, strategic. There's something important south. See, Psychotic was right when he said always travel south. He's right. He knows. He's in your head, Ben. He knows. He knows how your games work.
He knows everything.
He knows everything. Yeah, one or the other. Both are equally as impressive, to be honest. I barely know you, even after all this time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's protecting something special.
Okay, that's it. It is now Agnar's turn.
Agnar's a bit torn as to whether to finish off this last guy, but I guess he sees the guy running and he'll pan with him and take a shot.
Okay.
That's the guy running away.
Yeah. At that range, he's not going to get his +1 for range, so it'll be his normal attack.
Wonderful. And I assume this is not far enough for a scope to come into play. Tech level 7.
You know what? It probably is.
Oh.
Actually. So you'll probably get your +1 back.
Wonderful.
What?
We'll say it is for the purposes, yeah.
Thanks. It's very, very kind of you, Ben. That is a 5, but luckily he's got +5, so that's
so it's a 10. Yes, okay. So that's 3D plus 2.
Oh.
11, that's 13.
13. Okay. You take the shot and you see the shot hit, and it seems to just literally sping into the armor without any noticeable effect.
Mm.
Oh no!
You're hitting the space cheese.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! What did you roll?
13.
Oh
damage.
no! Oh, he's gonna be another like 18 Sever kind of character. No.
I also realised that I forgot to take my minor action. So can I walk towards him along the top?
Yes. They'll get you essentially to the other side of the main width of the furnace shaft, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, perfect. That will do.
Yeah, sort of here-ish. Okay.
Yeah, 1, and that's my turn.
Okay. Right. It is now the chap that Sever shot gets a return shot, and he's going to take it. Sever's kind of hunkered down, but Agnar would also get a slight bonus because of the angles. Trust me, it's right in my head. So he'll return fire at Sever because that's the guy who shot at him, basically. He's going to become, all democratic about it, and he's going to aim and shoot, so he'll get his +1. Which is enough to completely miss. Okay.
Sever.
So that's that. And that means it is Soraya's turn.
Can we take a wee break, please?
You know what? I think it is a good time for a 5-minute, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you guys for listening to us and following us so far. Thank you for your feedback on lag and so on and giving us seconds. I really appreciate it. We're going to take a 5-minute. I'm having a wee. I think Ben's a filthy smoker, so he's going to fill his lungs with tar. Ewan's going to do whatever he does in his 5 minutes. And I'm going to leave this nice little picture with you. We'll be back in 5, and I'll catch up with any messages before we start again. Thank you. To welcome back to a second half, I'm going to lead us in. I basically, my character lost a bet. I think it was Kara that lost the bet a couple of months. It was a couple of months ago. I think it was December. My goodness, we had a shooting competition, and I don't know why I picked a shooting competition because she can't shoot slug weapons. She was shooting at -3, and so she basically lost everything. And luckily, one of the things she lost was to have to give a toast whenever there was a drinking situation. It's to we had a barman for a while. I'm going to post some videos over YouTube over the coming weeks about the back story over the last year. And we had a barman called Greyhill Bast. He wasn't a barman; he was working for someone else. And then, but it was a good bar. Oh, he was a good barman. He was dragged onto the team. He joined the team, and then for some reason he was chosen for an away mission and used as a human shield for some reason, despite the fact he had no fighting skills whatsoever. After that, to honour him, we tried to embalm his body, which failed. We tried to turn him into a bar with his buttocks showing, which failed. We tried to turn him into a bar with his toe dangling off so he could dip his toe in our drinks, which failed. So he basically turned him into a mush, unfortunately. He was dead by then, thank goodness. But so Kara, who's not on the mission, she's our artistic character. The other character I play, me and you both play two characters. She painted a homage, which we've shown as the art that we use for our channel. And it is important that we toast to Greyhill Bast. That's the bet she did. So it's tradition, and I'd like to use that after the break when we come back. After we break, when our bladders are empty. We shall raise a glass, which we're raising Kara's Secret Stash, which I made over Christmas, which is a Christmassy vodka. If anyone wants the recipe, just ask. It's amazing. And we are going to...
I've already drunk my one of those.
Yours went by Christmas Eve, quite frankly. Luckily, I made enough. And we're going to drink to the late, great Greyhill Bast.
Greyhill Bast.
Greyhill Bast. Oh, lovely. Okay. Feeling warm and Christmassy.
So, back to the action.
Oh, do we have to? I just want to drink more Christmas drinks.
Well, there's have to and have to, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
That's the way of the world.
Oh, I'm just going to keep drinking it.
Okay, we are up to Soraya's turn.
Oh, hang on. Where are we? The map's confused. Let me click my little thing off. I'm using too much. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay. I was told to always go south. And I think Sever... if I get next to Sever, is there enough space for me to pew-pew past him?
That wouldn't be the problem. The problem would be you can't actually get up to Sever.
You know what? I'm going to trust Sever. I'm going to go down to the southern door for now.
Okay.
Risky.
I know, but I'm feeling risky.
Split the party.
I think it's the sudden rush of Christmas vodka that's done it to me.
Good.
It's gone to my head. And in ZeroG, the head's everywhere. It goes to your head, it goes to your feet at the same time.
Not only can you get to the southern door, which you most certainly can, but you can actually go through it a little way if you want.
You know what? I'm not going to. You've said that far too gleefully. In a ZeroG gravity, what would a breaching charge do? Would it still breach?
Yeah, essentially the propagation speed of the explosive is not going to be significantly affected by the lack of gravity.
If someone was the other side of the door, would it still poop them over?
Yes.
Then can I use the rest of my turn to stick one of my 3 breaching charges onto the door, please?
You absolutely can.
Thank you very much. Let me take that off my thingy. There we go. Okay.
Yes, okay. So there is a breaching charge there. Now, if you want to back away from it a little way...
Can I back to a safe distance?
Let me see.
How far is that, Luke?
Sideways is always safer than forwards, surely.
You can back away essentially up to about 5 meters, so 3 squares roughly, in any direction you like.
If I went sideways 2 squares, would that be safe?
Yeah.
I'll do that then. I'll do that then, please.
So, which direction would you like to go?
Oh, you didn't see my finger. That way. I'm doing pinky points now. Oh, no. To the right. Scream right, please.
Okay. All right. So, yes.
Because she's right-handed. I'm thinking she's right-handed. I'm so strategic.
All right. Okay. So that is Soraya's turn. We move on to Sever, and Sever is a man of very simple tastes. He's going to take a shot. Well, it's theoretically possible he might do something else. Not today.
KISS stands for, isn't it? Keep it simple, Sever.
Pretty much, yes. Okay, that's actually enough for a hit, but only just. He's not rolling all that well. Okay. And oh, that's a bit better. Okay. The guy he's shooting at, who is the only one he can directly see, really, slumps in his vac suit. The way it seals automatically, it's impossible to tell if he's unconscious or dead, but he's certainly what you might call HDC.
Yes. Heavy, dramatic cheese. Cool.
Hors de combat.
Okay. Oh, so French. Like the fromage. Très bon.
You brought up the cheese.
I'll keep bringing up the cheese. I wish I had some cheese in the fridge. I've only got some lousy cheddar. Actually,
to be fair, one of the only benefits of lockdown is that I don't have to be in the room when you keep bringing up the cheese.
I'd bring it up all the time, give them the chance.
So, next up, we have our heavily armoured chap.
Oh, no.
And he is going to move through the door.
Oh, no.
And he disappears out of sight through the door. Agnar, your turn.
Does the door stay open, or does the door shut behind him?
It will shut in a matter of seconds after he's gone through, but it is open at the moment.
Wonderful. Agnar will use his turn to communicate, and he'll get over our comm system, and he'll just say to the other two, the big cheese has gone south through the door.
Oh, the big cheese has gone south.
That won't take any part of your turn. You can do that while you're doing other things.
Wonderful. And then he will get as far as he can with his... No, he'll get as far as he can with all of his action, I guess, just behind or just to the north of Soraya.
Okay.
You be careful. Don't get blown up by my charge.
Maybe a step to the right of her and the north.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
East.
Yeah. So it's essentially you sort of want him roughly there. Is that right?
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Okay. All right. Next up is Soraya's turn.
Oh, Soraya's already. Oh, is it blown up? Do I have to press the button to make it blow up?
You have to trigger it. It's not a it's arguably a minor action because you've got to flick off a safety switch and what have you. But yes,
I get to trigger something. Oh, that's like being in the alt-right. I'll trigger it.
Okay. All right. It detonates. Obviously, because you're in an atmosphere environment, you can actually feel the shockwave from it. But it's not directed towards you.
No, hope not. Oh, there's a lot of dice, but I like the sound of multiple dice there.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
The door is blown wide open.
Yes. We've already learnt that in the world of ZeroG, throwing in a smoke grenade is pointless because it just vanishes very quickly.
Well, actually, that was in the world of not ZeroG, but vacuum. You're not actually in a vacuum.
Ooh,
In a vacuum, a smoke grenade dissipates almost instantly. But in ZeroG, it just doesn't. Well, I suppose over time it would look quite different, but it would just fill the room more efficiently, I guess.
Will it just keep going till it hits something?
It's so efficient. It just keeps going. Oh, I quite like that.
Certainly, ZeroG would make your bowling action look pretty good. Yeah.
I need all the help I can get with my bowling action nowadays. Oh, it used to be so good. I'm going to roll in some smoke. In fact, I'm rubbing it off there. I'm taking it down to 3 smoke left. I'm going to roll in a smoke, but close to us, because you should always roll smoke close to you. Correct? Because you can. Because you've got to come charging out of that looking terrifying. I've got a big wolfy man next to me now with a shotgun. If you need anything running out of smoke, it's a wolfy man with a shotgun.
He's got his laser carbine.
Oh, of course.
ZeroG.
We've lost the element.
Well,
We've lost the element of terror.
Essentially, the problem you're going to have with smoke isn't throwing it, and it isn't what happens when the smoke comes out. It's where the grenade stops.
Well, can I? Is throwing a smoke a minor or a major?
It's a minor action.
So can I take my other minor to get to the lip of the door, the right-hand lip of the door, as I'm reaching into my pocket or my webbing, I guess, if we're going military, and I'd like to pull out my little smoky grenade, and I'd like to roll it through as gently as possible because it is ZeroG.
Yeah.
Trying to push it downwards because I don't want it to ping off the floor and fly off. But I've got to give it enough forward motion. I don't know if I need to roll something to be perfect, but the aim, like just a couple of squares ahead.
All right.
That's all I need.
Well, let me help you out a little bit. From where you are, what you can see.
I do need your help. Thank you.
Is just 3 meters or so, 3.5 meters maybe. The other side of the door is another one of these kind of ducts, the same sort of thing that you've seen the furnaces run from and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you can sort of aim for that and throw it gently, and it'll pop inside the room below you and to the left.
I tell you what, that sounds beautiful. I couldn't have planned it any better myself.
Okay. Then that's absolutely fine. You have thrown a grenade. Make a dex check for me.
She's like got 2 left.
Don't forget to add your dex bonus.
Oh yeah. Luckily, it's a 9 with my dex bonus, which is, hang on a sec, it's a 0. There appears to be stains from someone spilling a drink over it. It's 9.
So 9 total. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right. It makes its way into the room quite easily and begins to fill the space with smoke very rapidly. It's it's not going to burn for long. It's just a quite rapid expulsion of the smoke. And you also see, because what I'm going to do is, I can't really show you all of it yet. Give me a second. I'll describe it to you. Essentially, what you see as you peer through is resting against the ducting immediately below the door, like directly square with it, is the mangled remains of somebody who was blown across the room by a breaching charge.
Yes!
And then slammed into that ducting at one hell of a lick.
Perfectly planned.
If only we were still counting kills. Well, it's not like an innocent child, really. Before I get cocky, it's not an innocent child or anything, is it?
No, it is an armed and potentially very angry individual.
Oh, good. Well, I would be angry if I was dead. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Sever, he's a long way from the action, isn't he?
He went a bit all in on the north, even though Psychotic told us go south, but Sever went north. He didn't listen.
He did take care of that one guy, though.
That one guy. He wasn't the big cheese. He was just a red guy.
Where he can get to, he's just seen you throw smoke. From where he is, he can get to there, provided he uses all of his turn to do it. Now, because he's got there, I'm going to reveal the next bit of the map to you, because even though technically you guys haven't seen it, Sever's seen it.
We're in communication, if I remember.
Yeah. Right. So the red dot you can see directly in front of you is the dead person. I'll make that go away in a second. Sever glances to his left. He sees the well-suited individual clambering up over the top of the furnace or the annealing plant at the other side, and yells in pretty much incoherent rage at him.
Ooh.
And that's his son.
Oh, he doesn't like him. He doesn't like him. The big cheese.
Right, and that guy now gets his move.
He's either a coward or a strategic genius. I haven't worked it out yet.
Okay. He is going to take a little bit of his move to get up to the top of the sort of the flue, and then he's going to take a shot at Sever.
Brave man.
He's a brave man. He's a big target, though.
And that's a miss. It's only just a miss, but it's a miss. Okay.
If you said train, you got a train going past you, and headphones are so loud in my ears. I need to take them out.
I didn't mute quite quick enough. I heard it coming.
Oh, give myself a moment on that.
Only get there by completing his move.
Oh God.
So that is the end of his turn, and it is now back to the top of the round with Soraya.
Oh. Okay. What Soraya's going to do is
Does Agnar go?
Oh yeah, Agnar's not going to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're quite right, Agnar.
Right.
I don't mind, but I had to think twice as to whether I'd been since the door blew. Just quickly, the bit down the centre, the top of the furnace that Agnar was on before, does that connect, or is there a wall blocking off where the rest of the wall is with the other side?
It does connect, but only inside the flue. There's no sort of gap around the wall. The wall seals around it.
Yeah, so I can't go over the top.
No.
In which case, he will go through the door.
Okay. He can use his minor action to get basically to the right of Sever if he wants to.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay.
And then using his major action, can he get as far southeast as he can on top of the thing if he needs to?
He can get pretty much to the bottom right-hand corner of the junction.
Ooh.
Wonderful. He'll do that.
Okay. So he can essentially be there. Okay.
Can he also just shout stop or something similar?
He can certainly do that. You are in air, so theoretically, the speakers on the outside of your vac suit will work. In fact, because you're in air, the faceplates of your vac suit are probably automatically open. If he yells stop, the chap doesn't appear to react.
Okay. No worries. That is all he's got. That's his
okay. Soraya.
I guess I'll tell you what. Right, we've not done enough looting, and looting is a magical thing. Can I bundle past Sever and I've just spilled wine on my. This is terrible. It's only over pension, and my character's not got a pension, so it's okay. Do vac suits have pockets?
Not inherently, no.
Now, does the dead character have an energy weapon?
Yes.
I tell you what, I'm stepping up to this. Can she grab the energy weapon, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a laser pistol.
Oh, okay. Well, it's useful, isn't it? It's useful.
Good shout though. No athletics roll.
That's it. I've got lucky twice. I'm not going to get lucky like 7 times, am I?
Yeah.
So.
Not only that. You can actually get on top of the flue directly opposite the door and grab that weapon and still have your main action.
Ooh.
I was going to say, I'm still directly behind that, so I'm safe enough that if the big cheese wants to shoot, it's at Agnar, so that's okay. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So Soraya grabs energy weapon off the downed guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use it though because a laser pistol is. I'm just thinking about it just in case, there's some poor schmuck I need to drill from half a metre behind in ZeroG.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still going to have a go with my Gauss rifle.
Okay. All right. At that range, you can have +1 for the attack, but you've got to roll your athletics first.
Basically, my notes at the minute are just saying aims at cheese. I blame Psychotic for that. aims at cheese. I used to have such good notes. Aims at cheese.
Those hole in cheese.
When I got AAC, I know it's just gone wrong. Aims at cheese. Right, come on. Oh, hang on. I've hit it's dexterity. 8. Dead 8. 0, 0, 8.
8 is enough. Okay.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Away you go.
No. But I get no range bonus, but I got a +1 on Gauss, +1 on Slug, so that's a +2. Okay. Come on. Yes. 9 + 2 is 11.
That's a hit. So 4D plus 3.
My laptop is so old and knackered that by leaving these extra dice by the outlet, they've actually got really, really hot, which I don't know if I'm really happy about or really worried about, but either way, they should roll well. Come on.
An automatic dice roller.
It should all be 6s, quite frankly. Oh, hang on. Oh, 17 plus what? 3, 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are hot.
Right.
They're toasty. So, it's nearly as bad as when we did it in the microwave.
With 20, you are going to not only, obviously achieve a solid hit, but it looks as if you've properly scored his armor. But that's as far as it goes.
Hits scored. Okay.
Right. Sever's turn.
Madcap Monster, I will try. Thank you very much. I've not had anything for a little while since the break, but thank you. Maybe I need to reset the break. I've not had any chat for ages. Hang on. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, so Sever can essentially get to there, and he is also going to take a shot at the chap. Oh, that's awful.
Oh no.
Okay, that's never going to work. Okay, Sever screams at him, Falco!
Falco?
Falco!
He played for Man United for a couple of years, Falco.
And the guy in the armour turns around and very, very slowly gives him a smirk before he disappears through the door behind him.
Are we spelling it as Falcao or Falco, like Mark Falco used to play for Spurs? And
Falco.
like Mark Falco, the Spurs player. Excellent. Okay, cool.
Okay, it is Agnar's turn.
Wonderful. Is that a Star Fox reference? The Falco.
Falco.
That's the first thing that's gone to my mind.
I like to think he's a secret Spurs fan, quite frankly. But thinking it,
I will one day explain to you the reference, but at this point it would give away too many plot details.
Aussie.
I guess Agnar's gonna do what he's been doing for the rest of his turns and carry on chasing the guy, I suppose.
Okay.
Can he make it to the door with his minor and his major?
He can make it to the door, yes, and the door is sealed because it's an airlock door, and the airlock is cycling.
There's no way he can stop it, I assume.
Not without damaging the airlock. So if he's got something like a breaching charge, for example, he can blow the door off.
A breaching charge, you say?
A breaching charge.
Oh, get in. I'm glad I bought those.
Agnar will shout back to the other two and he'll say, it's an airlock. We've got to wait.
Soraya will shout, a breaching charge? Sydney, the breaching charge?
Have you ever seen what happens when you... Oh, I mean, I haven't, obviously, but I can imagine what happens when you use a breaching charge on an open airlock.
Yeah, the phrase explosive decompression might come into action, mightn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Well,
that's his turn.
In order to actually cut this out, because otherwise we're going to do this move by move, I will tell you that he's got enough of a head start you can't catch him. So when you finally make your way, which will only be a few seconds later, but he is just running. So when you finally make your way through, what you discover is that the airlock includes a separate entrance to the back where the sort of racks are for the completed, annealed, separated metals. And you will get there in time to see his launch disappear into the distance.
He's scalpered.
Can we get any significant markers from the ship? Anything that we'd be able to recognise or identify it by? Or
there is on the ship. Can you roll for me an intellect check, please?
Oh, yeah. Wrong person. Question.
Oh, you're so big now.
That's a 7 plus 0 is 7.
Okay. The only thing you can get from this is that there is a black disc logo painted on the side of the ship.
You see, that sounds...
Okay. Can Agnar turn to Sever and I'll just say, Sever, who's Falco then?
Roll persuade.
Oh, he's on our side. Oh, yeah.
Can he, I don't think he's got anything good at all that he could use instead. Could he not use his social skills?
You can certainly use social, but you'll have to add persuade to it, so that might be -3 plus whatever your social is.
Yeah, so that's a -1 total, which
okay, go
could
for
be
it.
worse. It could be -3.
It could be worse.
However, it is a 3 that I rolled, so.
Okay, so that comes out of the 2.
Oh God, why?
Sever doesn't appear to want to talk about it. He's turning around and he's brushing past people and pushing his way back towards the launch.
Okay, Agnar will take those 2 failed attempts at anything as a bit of a shot to his ego, I think.
Okay. You get the feeling. I mean, Sever's not your enemy, you understand, but
Sure.
it's something he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, on the plus side, I've got a laser pistol now. Hey, pew pew. She's always needed one of them.
That's a good thing.
That is.
Okay. So you can make your way back out to the launch. If you want to stick around and loot some bodies, of course you're welcome to do that.
Well, it'd be rude. Look, we rarely loot. I think Stefan would be very upset if we didn't loot.
I mean, if Stefan was here, he would have slowed us down a lot.
He'd have stopped at everybody.
Because these people are vac suited up, they're not carrying much in the way of personal possessions.
No 50 million credit chips or anything like that.
Nothing like that at all.
No, I feel we got lucky that time.
What they do have on them is weaponry.
Okay.
And you collect 2 laser carbines and another laser pistol.
Ooh. 2 laser carbines. Oh, I'm making notes.
Have they got ammo on them as well?
They've only got 1 clip loaded and no spare ammo.
Right. Soraya's weight distribution means that I'd love a laser rifle. I will need to get rid of my ACR to be able to carry it. Does that make sense? Because I've got an ACR, I've got a Gauss rifle, Gauss pistol. If I've got a decent Gauss rifle, there's no point having the ACR, so I might as well take the laser carbine.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a 1 to both weapons. So she's getting rid of the ACR. She's getting rid of the ACR. Sad, RIP ACR. You served me well.
Do you want? We could struggle with it back to the ship, right?
No, I'm feeling.
Once again, ZeroG, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. We'll do that. Let me write. Then I'll write.
And then at least you get to keep it for future use.
Oh yeah, you can transport everything back with you.
Cool. I'm going to write ACR.
There's no reason it shouldn't go into your team inventory or be sold at the next stop if you want.
Oh, a team inventory. I like it. It's gone a bit XCOM. I like it. A team inventory. I'll put my my ACR will now live in my room on the Baltic Star. Hopefully in future, she'll polish her weapon every now and again.
Mount it on the wall.
Of course she will. Yeah.
Of course she will. That's what you need to. A week travelling is a very long time on your own.
I don't disagree.
Is it a tech level 9 or tech level 11 laser carbine? I'm going full.
Tech 9. In fact, all of their kit is the base tech level.
Oh, for goodness sake. Damn. Oh, they can barely. Yeah, I'm getting some stats down. Oh, it's a 4D though. That's all right. There's some good stuff there. Okay. It's a bit heavy, but that's all right. I've got no. Okay, that's good. I've got to now share the. Okay. Right. Let's head back to the. Are we going to head back to the ship and then head off back to the planet to meet our little buddy pals?
Well, it's certainly an option.
I'd like
unless
it.
Unless you've got somewhere else you want to go up here.
Without our 2 beautiful friends. You said they're lovely. You be careful. You behave. The other 2 are having a whale of a time down on the planet. I think then Soraya will turn to Sever and she'll say, Sever, my pal, my friend, my now that we've fought together, we've not shed blood because we were too awesome, but we have worked together well. Is there anywhere around here that you think is worth dropping in on before we head back to the planet?
You've seen one of these things. You've seen all of these things.
Are you saying we should see all the things?
There's 1,000 of them.
Oh, so many laser carbines.
Most of the people who work in them aren't on.
Oh, then let's go back down, find a bar and have a nice stiff drink, and let's reminisce about old times.
All right. Okay, can you roll a small craft check for me, please?
Oh, it's Soraya. She can actually fly these things. Come on, Soraya.
That's why she came.
That's why she had just because she
needed a pilot.
She can fly. She had spacesuit. That was basically the two reasons.
Have spacesuit will travel.
Have spacesuit will travel. 7 + 1 8. She can fly. Girl can fly.
She can fly.
Behave. She was tired.
You land in your accustomed spot in the downpour of the Fredericksburg city.
Do people welcome us back like a film where they shake our hands as we come off the ship and stuff?
No, just off the ship is kind of hard vacuum. You'd sort of have to wait until you're in the terminal before anyone's standing there.
Oh God!
And so you do make your way into the terminal building, and almost immediately you spot that there's somebody standing there waiting for you. It's pretty clear she's waiting for you, because she's literally staring at you, standing there with her arms folded across. Just not exactly glaring, but very level. There's not a lot of smile on that face.
Is it anyone we recognise?
No.
It's not my mum. Oh.
How far away are we?
You've literally just come through the airlock from the downport. She's 10 feet away from you.
Okay. So Agnar will turn to Sever and say, Sever, do you know who that is?
Sever looks across and goes, yeah.
Are we in trouble?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but yeah.
If only we had a talker with us. Someone who could smooth.
How far away are our talkers? Gara, where are you? Stefan.
Minutes and minutes away.
Going to try and trick her. Oh, Soraya's got some kind of chatting. Hang on. She's not drunk, is she? She doesn't appear drunk.
Not to eye.
Oh, that's not going to help. Okay, she's got some persuading. Okay. Soraya walks up to her and says, holds out a hand in a handshake. She says, Soraya Kansari, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I saw you staring at us lustily from afar. Is there anything we can do to help you?
She looks at the hand, reaches out, and shakes it. Primus.
Primus?
Primus.
How are we spelling that?
P-R-A-M-U-S.
P-R-A. Okay. P-R-A-M-U-S. Can I attempt in persuading? Hang on. No, it doesn't really fit. So I will say, Primus, a pleasure to meet you. To what do we owe the honour?
I think we should speak privately for a few minutes.
Soraya looks around at the sort of the freight coming and going, the people coming and going. Mm-hmm. He says, well, I can go with that. The walls have ears, as they say. Lead the way. Lead on.
All right. She leads you off, not very far, through a couple of doors and a couple of rooms, and eventually you end up at a room with a couple of view windows that look out onto the landing pad. They act as lounges or possibly even places of interest for people who like coming to watch ships come and go, maybe. And as soon as you're in and the door is closed, she turns around and she says, so have a job that I think would be perfect for you.
A job? Well, we are the number one deliverer of decent job satisfaction in the current system. What?
It's amazing. That's not what I'd heard.
Well, we leave the most dead bodies behind.
Yeah, that I'd heard.
Can Agnar put in at this point and say, well, why have you heard of us? I mean, we've only been on this planet
3 days. 3 days, I think.
I don't think we've stirred up that much of a hoo-ha.
I think it's fair to say your activities on this planet are very, very minor matters. I'm much more interested in what you did a planet or so ago.
Oh, God.
Oh, crap.
Are we talking a planet ago or a so ago?
Yeah, which planet?
A so ago is very different to a planet ago.
I'm interested in what you found in the rift.
Ah, the rift. We found out that it would take 2 billion years to bunt a planet into the sun using the force of a ship alone.
Yeah, plus the million years it would take you to build the railway system all the way around the planet, so you're always pushing in the right direction, right?
Yeah, we realised that was not the correct solution to our plan.
Okay.
I mean, there's been a lot of interest in the rift, though, I think, isn't there, Soraya?
Every conversation we have seems to be about the rift. I know we're close to it, but
apart from our friend Sever here.
Sever's a local man. He's a local man for local people. You know, he doesn't like foreigners coming in here. He's quite Royston Vasey in that regard.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I will turn to her and say, so what's your interest in the rift? Sorry, Luke.
No, please.
She turns to Sever and she says, I don't think you need to be here for this. And Sever, without even changing expression, just walks straight to the door and leaves.
Oh, I like Sever.
You were contacted by people from the Deep Night Corporation. That wasn't a question.
That was a statement.
Agnar doesn't change his expression. He doesn't react as much as he can to the statement.
I come from a group of people who believe that there are some things too important to be left in the hands of corporations.
Oh, you're tickling at my anarchist viewpoint here. Soraya looks up, says, who would those people be?
When you arrived in system, did you see a really large Navy carrier that was being used to transport old hulks and deposit them in orbit?
We've seen larger.
Power play.
For the purposes of this discussion, you should consider that my yacht.
It's not.
Didn't the lady from the Dark Star Corporation had a pretty nice yacht as well, from what I recall?
It was small, but it had a really good selection of alcohol, if I remember correctly. Small, but yeah. Oh yeah. And it's like a guy in his 50s buying a TVR. Do you know what I mean? You don't need a big. If you've got it within you, you don't need to show it on the outside.
Anyway, I want you to take the meeting with them on Geeka.
Yeah.
And then I want you to tell me everything they said, everything they offered, everything they did, everything they showed you. Are we clear?
So we can still discuss with them and take payment from them, and then come back to you and get payment from you, presumably for.
I'm certainly not interested in paying you any more than you've, shall we say, already been paid.
Agnar sort of looks a bit puzzled. Sort of looks over to Soraya and shrugs.
I think it would be wise if you didn't underestimate me.
Can, at this point, can Soraya send a... we don't know who owns the ship, right? The ship was there when we got here. We don't know. We just know it's a big freighter, a massive freighter in like a military,
was a massive
Navy carrier.
Owned by the Imperial Navy.
It's owned by the Imperial Navy, cool. So, we got the details. Soraya will say, look, that's cool. All we know is one. We know your premise. Can we at least have a second name? We don't know if it's your first name, the second name. Can we have...
It's my second name.
Or a rank.
Yeah, can we have something as a show of as a gesture of goodwill? Can we have something more?
We'll give you our old ranks if you give us.
Yeah, you probably know everything about us already. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
I generally go by Officer Pramus.
Officer Pramus. Soraya will say, in 3 days' time, when our ship is refueled, the beautiful Baltic Star, we will head up there. We will head to Geeka. We will have our meetings. We've got your details, and we will be in contact one way or another.
Good. I recommend you check out Earth Park while you're there. It's great.
Oh, we've been told this.
We've heard a lot of people.
I want to go to it. It's got hamsters. They've been dead for millennia. I want to see that.
Can you get us some tickets?
Yes. Yeah. Can we get some free? What was the freebies?
I doesn't say that.
Poor Agnar, it's like going to a prison. Being Wolfman. Oh, yeah. You can lead a revolution to get your boys out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We will.
Okay.
Yeah, we will. We'll go up there. We'll definitely make contact with you one way or another when we're there.
She hands you a small electronic chip, which basically contains contact details. And she says, "I will be in Geeka when you get there."
Then, in a couple of weeks' time, we shall talk more.
Yeah, that works for me.
Fantastic.
One question. How do you know Sever?
That was a mistake.
Asking or Sever?
He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have given it away.
To be fair, he didn't necessarily say anything. It was the leaving when you told him that he needn't be privy to this conversation, which sort of implied that he at least had some former knowledge of what you were capable of. We've seen him in combat. We know he can handle himself.
I'll have a word with him. He needs to be more careful.
We'll have a word with him. We've got 3 more days. We'll go and have a drink with him. No, we'll smooth things. You don't need to. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. We respect you. We love you.
I'm not convinced his quality will be improved with alcohol, but I'll leave it up to your experience.
Yeah, thank you.
We are certainly experienced with
with alcohol.
improving things through alcohol.
We're certainly experienced with alcohol. Oh, fantastic! Thank you. We will definitely be in touch.
She turns on her heel and she marches out.
Fantastic. Nice one. And at that point, I guess we are finishing for this session.
I think that is the end of the session for today, yes.
Thank you for those of you that have followed us through to the end. Thank you for the feedback we've had. We will discuss any feedback. We'll discuss this and that. Thank you. We'll be back again next week, and our Twitter is Baltic Boys at Twitter. Please follow us.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And I mean, as you probably worked out, this is literally our very first time doing this, and I promise we will fix anything that's really awful.
Yeah, we're going to be 70% awful, 30% okay, and we hope to get better as the weeks go on, quite frankly. So thank you very much. Keep sending us stuff like feedback and that. We appreciate it. And until next time, to the late great Grey Hill Bast, I guess.
Late great
Grey Hill Bast. Thank you.